I'm just going for it. How many of you are living inside a right-wing bubble fomented by this guy, who probably works for this guy, who definitely works for this guy? Even though you've been convinced that the power relationship between these two people is the opposite way around due to some fucking stupid conspiracy theory about an octopus pushed by this guy. What's more, that this guy is an independent actor and is only working to elect this guy because it's in your own interest. And just trust me, bro. I mean, would I lie to you? And if that wasn't even more retarded than it sounds, what's more, that doing all this will mean the Conservative Party is remodelled in the image of this guy and everything will turn out okay in the end. I mean, just ask yourself, who is hoodwinking who here? Who's gaslighting who? So look, is this even possible? Are the Conservative Party even likely to be wiped out at the next general election? Well, let's just look at some polls. No, there's almost no chance of that whatsoever. What's going to happen is a hung parliament, probably based upon the share of the vote share that we just had in the local elections. Now, there's some caveats to all this, of course, in that national polling going into the local elections was much higher. It was 20 points rather than 9 between the two parties. You can make the arguments that people will vote differently in a national election, and the Labour Party have the chance to wipe out the Conservative Party down to just a handful of seats. But do you realise what kind of a feat that they have to pull out of the bag to do that? That they have to get a bigger swing than Tony Blair got in 1997 just to get one seat of a majority in the next parliament. The Labour Party under Keir Starmer has to pull off a bigger swing than Tony Blair did in 1997, when Tony Blair got 66 seats, by the way, just to get one seat. Keir Starmer needs to pull off a bigger swing than the 1997 thing. So the likelihood isn't that that isn't going to happen. It's going to be, yes, a Labour party, largest party scenario, but without enough to get the majority, meaning that you're not even likely to get this. This isn't going to be like the outcome that you're going to get and say, well, okay, I could live with that, and somehow we're going to manage to rebuild the Conservative Party in the image of this guy, over the 5 years. Well, no, you're probably not going to get this. What you're actually going to end up with is this. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's actually this, isn't it? And by the way, I know that Hamza Yusuf has resigned, but this is a proxy for the SNP. 90% of you wouldn't know who the new SNP leader is if I put him on the screen. And by the way, an even worse fate than this is, and likely scenario, it's actually this. Okay. So just ask yourself, what's going on? Just do me the favour, okay? I admit I could be wrong. I'm not the smartest guy in the room here. I admit I could be wrong. And I know that lots of you are fully on board with this. You've inculcated this belief that you should withhold your votes from the Conservative Party because they're not doing good enough. And somehow this future will be brighter. But just ask yourself, could you be being hoodwinked? Could you be being gaslit? So when I look at every single day this kind of demoralisation stuff going on and who's pushing it, I get more and more suspicious every single day, especially when this guy has basically been telling you that he sucks this guy's dick for the last 3 years. And all he does is gaslight you with the fact that, well, I'm on your team though. honestly, I'm on your team. I'm just working to elect this guy, but it's for your own good. I mean, trust me, I'm one of you. So every day I see more and more of this zero seats propaganda, wipe out the Conservative Party, it's in our best interest. And I get more and more suspicious of it.
Personally, I want to see the Tories do absolutely abysmally.
I mean, here's Carl Benjamin pushing it. So I'm more and more suspicious every single day. And before any of you come and tell me, well, what we need to do is get a third party to come in here and rescue us. This isn't about just getting rid of the Conservative Party. It's about opening an avenue for a third party. Well, in the answer to that, what I want to tell you is that Reform just got something like 13% of the national vote and picked up literally 2 councillors in the entire country. There's simply no pathway forward for some new party to come through and do anything. This is a 2-horse race. It always has been. And I feel like that you're being gaslit anyway into that kind of scenario. So again, just ask yourself, are you being led down the garden path by somebody who tells you every single day, and has done for the last 3 years, that the person they admire the most in the world is this guy? Yeah, I'm voted for him twice, by the way, who is definitely 100% working to elect this guy. Anyway, that's it. I know this will be controversial, but let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you for watching.